Hi everyone, your Connect Guru Dave Walker back with some more cool things to do in Adobe Connect. Today, I thought we'd talk a little bit about branding and customization. This is one of the features that really sets Connect apart from the so-called competition. Connect allows you to customize the user interface in several ways. So first, let's take a look at customization on an account-wide basis. Here in Connect Central, under the Administration tab, we find the Customization link. Notice that this includes the ability to customize three distinct areas. First, we can customize this very interface that we're currently using, Connect Central. Now, most of the time this isn't a big deal because typically clients, partners, and the like don't log into your Connect account directly. However, the possibility does exist, and you just might want to brand the interface for your employees who will be using it. Anyway, as you can see, we can change the background colors, text colors, highlight colors, as well as select a banner logo to appear in the upper left of the interface. The preview area shows us what we can expect our selections to look like, and of course, as soon as we save our settings, we'll see them reflected in the Connect Central interface right away. Next, we can also customize the login page that people will see when they want to access our meetings, content, or training. Here again, we can set the text color, background color, and the main logo for the login page. Finally, we can set the look and feel of the meeting room itself. For this interface, we can set the menu highlight colors, the focused border color, that's where the mouse hovers over an object and the border appears around the object, like this Share My Screen button, the background color, the app bar color, that's at the top of the meeting room where we find the menus, app bar text color, pod bar color, and pod bar text color. We can also set a logo for the upper left corner at the left end of the app bar and assign a URL just in case someone clicks on the logo. These are all very cool features for custom branding of your Adobe Connect environment. But what I really wanted to show you today is the ability to add a different custom background to each meeting room to give every meeting room its own distinct look. For this, you can use a JPEG, a PNG, a GIF, or even a SWF, or Flash file. Let's have a look at how it's done. First, I could use Photoshop to create an image and save it as one of these formats. Then, in the meeting room, I could go to Meetings, Preferences, and for the room background, upload the file. There it is. Very cool, huh? Typically, when you do this, you want to make sure to make the resolution of the image large enough that scaling the meeting room to fill a very large screen won't cause it to blur the image. Of course, that can make a very large file, and that's something we'd rather avoid, which brings us to what I really wanted to show you. Because Adobe Connect can use a Flash or SWF file, that's .swf, as the background image, and because Flash uses vector artwork, you can create a background image that, no matter how large you scale the room, stays sharp and is a very small file. As an example, I usually keep the resolution of my 23-inch monitor set to 1920 by 1080. Notice the size difference between the same image saved as a JPEG file at that high resolution and a Flash vector file. Here are a few other examples of background images with vector artwork. Isn't that cool? So if you see some cool Illustrator artwork out there in the ether, you can save it as a SWF file from Adobe Illustrator or import it directly into Flash to create your SWF file. And of course, you can always design your own vector art from scratch. One thing you want to keep in mind is that if you create your room background with a logo in one of the corners like I did here, you can change the anchor point of the background. Why would you want to do that? Well, watch what happens when I scale the room. See that? The logo doesn't stay in the corner. What we want is for that logo to stay in place no matter what size we scale the meeting room to. So we go to Meeting, Preferences, And under the General tab, we'll see the background thumbnail. When the background image is a JPEG, PNG, or GIF, we'll actually see the image in a thumbnail. But with a SWF, you'll only see a generic image. To change the anchor corner of the background image, we just double-click on the thumbnail image. Unfortunately, there's no indication of which corner is the anchor point. By default, the anchor point will be the lower left corner. Double-clicking the thumbnail image once will move the anchor point to the lower right corner. Another double-click will move it to the upper left, and another to the upper right. Now let's go back to the Connect meeting room and see if that logo stays where we want it. Perfect. The next double click will set it back to the lower left and start the process over again. The last and coolest thing I want to show you is that you can even use animated Flash SWF files as the background of the room. Now, I wouldn't recommend this in most cases because it could be quite distracting, but I still think it's cool, and there might even be some cases where it's called for. So there you have it. And since there's nothing like this for any of Adobe Connect's competitors, once again, Connect makes you special.